Hello. Hello. Always cleaning off something. All right. Hello. 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 Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How's everyone doing on this fabulous Sunday? Let me get the other thing on here. All right. If you're watching live, comment live. If you are watching the replay, definitely comment replay. Love to know who is here. Come on in. Come on in. Hello. Hello. Okay. What am I doing? Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. Chime in. Y'all know the drill because we got to talk about all of this. We got to talk about everything. Everything. Okay. Because we are not about to, um, we're not about to give up or in because a lot of y'all have gotten quiet. I haven't seen y'all like that. Like, what are y'all up to? Like, what's up? What's happening? Are we working? Are we not working? Like, what's tea? Baby, what is tea? What's tea? Hey, Kendra, come on in. Hey, Catrice. Okay. Because some of us are y'all done get quiet, and I don't like quiet. I don't like quiet. I just want to make sure I'm not hitting on nothing. Hello, come on in. Come on in so we can have a conversation about why y'all so quiet? Why is everybody quiet? And we're gonna just talk like we need to just lay it out on the line. I need to know what's going on. Because some of y'all, I'm sorry, y'all got my hand all in the thing. We need to just bring this on up. Because what they say, what the children say, WTF, what the people say, what's going on, like what's T, what's happening, okay? We need to figure out what's going on out here on these streets, okay? I say I've got my little blanket on me because, child, we just have to be. Let's just get mindful, okay? Let's get real mindful. Let's get real focused. Let's talk about how to believe in your business again. Okay, what's really going on? How to believe in your business again. And I think this is really um going to be a conversation, and I really want y'all to interact in the chat just so I can get some data from everybody, because I don't understand why everybody's so quiet. Y'all been quiet and I don't understand. I'm putting my coach hat on because what's happening, right? What's really going on? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? We were excited earlier this year. Like, we were excited. Things pivot. We do understand that things happen, right? Things happen. This is a shift in the economy. Like I told y'all a long time ago, if you draw up some of the conversations I've been having with y'all, you remember I said, like, some of y'all, this is y'all's first real, like, recession type thing. Hey, Asala, This is our first, like some of y'all's first real recession, right? This is y'all first economic slowdown, economic issue, whatever, whatever. Okay, so for some of us like me in our uh, um, late 30s, you know, uh, um, 40s, this is our second, third time. Oh, Kendra, I see your note. I see your note. Yes, a solid. I've been going live on here on Substack. Substack is tea. Substack is tea. Like it's all right. It's all right. It's giving um it's giving newness. It's giving fresh. Okay. She said purr. um Okay, so Kendra, I see your comment. She said, I notice a lot of people are getting burnt out. Okay, and that's what I've been seeing for myself. Okay, I understand. I understand. I understand. I also think too is I feel like I'm loud. Let me bring it down 2 notches. When it comes down to hey, Jasmine, she said came over from Facebook. I'm chiming in. Welcome, welcome. So what I think is also happening too is that we're seeing what the powers, if you will, there be tell us, told us what was going to happen, right? Everybody's like, okay, we got to hurry up and learn AI. Everybody was trying to figure out the AI stuff, right? And now that we've seen that the AI stuff is not AI in at the level of what we thought, because guess what? When we see that, and this is just, let's just put it out on the table. I believe in putting things out on the table for what it is, and then we can kind of come back into the imagination, uh into the non-material, into the dream, into the manifestation woo-woo stuff that some people like to avoid. But this is really where a lot of what we're going to talk about tonight, dealing with belief, dealing with um non-reality knowledge, the evidence that you cannot see, right? So let's just put it out on the table for what we see in reality that is available to the senses. Okay, so senses, obviously sight, okay, hearing, okay, touch, smell, all of these things, but mostly our senses tuning in and tapping into the ear and the eye. Okay, the ears and the eyes are the two really, really potent spaces that are responsible for the input. That's good right there. Did everybody catch what I just said? It's responsible for the input, because what comes out of our mouths, now when we eat is input, right? What we allow in is input. Our mouth is more so about nutrition, what we eat and all that kind of stuff, right? But the eye and the ear is really important, because those are gates. Is I mean, you got nostrils, obviously, but those ears and those eyes are putting a lot of what's going on in our heads, right? So those gates are very important. And if we're not careful about those gates, we'll believe and accept anything. Okay, now let's just, again, let me go back to the table that we're going to put everything out on. Okay, so we've seen a lot of job losses, right? We've seen that. A lot of the numbers that they're coming out with are false. They're saying the economy is strong. They're inflating the numbers. We've been knowing it for a long time. Okay, this is not new. When y'all see the stock market doing what it's doing, it's just Candyland. A lot of these people are in a false sense of prosperity. It's just this is an inflated sense of numbers. Not only are we looking at inflation per se, but also the inflated sense of numbers. Okay. So what is also happening as well is the United States in so many ways, because like I said, I got to be careful what I say on these apps because they don't play. So we got America looking, a little cray because right now we're in a space of we're in a creator economy for sure. Like we're still in the creator economy and everybody's still creating content, still trying to push out, content. But the input and the output for a lot of people is not matching up. Give me some hearts if you agree. You ain't even got to say amen or that's me. I'm not even telling you. You can just give me some hearts if you kind of agree on it because I can't see where the hearts are coming from. So let me help you with that. And give me some hearts if you agree, if that's kind of where you think, coach, you on my pew. Okay. So this is where we have to start having some conversations. Again, it goes back to what I've been saying, I've been telling everybody is that you got to start globalizing your business. Okay. And I know that is easier said than done for some people because you really do think that you still like America is it. Told you got to start stepping into uncharted waters. You got to start expanding your reach. Jay, how do you do that? I've been trying. You're going to have to do some more organic stuff. You've got to go back to the beginning of getting to know people, doing what is it called? Doing more cold emails, doing some DMs, going back to somebody said, "Are you scared of us?" I was frozen. I was frozen, y'all. I was frozen on YouTube. Okay. So you got to go back to 2019, 2020. What do I mean by that? What do I mean? I mean by going back to organic, like really putting in the sweat equity. You got to rebuild. It's like some of y'all will have to do that. I'm not saying everybody. Okay. So which means that you're going to have to get out of just America. Like you got to get out of the American buyers, which means you're going to go to platforms where you're going to see more of your international people and having some exposure to other people, other countries. The UK. I'm going back here. I told y'all YouTube, even Facebook. Facebook, I told y'all too. Facebook is a good place. LinkedIn. And of course, Substack, you have exposure to they have over 30 countries on Substack. Okay. Instagram, there is some cutoff there because Canada, for some reason, I've heard that Canada can't see a lot of American people stuff. TikTok, I don't know about TikTok because I'm going off TikTok. Can't do TikTok right now. Okay. So TikTok, they even said that there are some people that can't see certain countries and certain countries they can't see us. Just like a lot of people are just now seeing some people like Black folks in Italy and Black folks in Sweden and all this, and they didn't know. And I'm like, there are people all over the world, Black people all over the world. This ain't just a Black conversation. This is this conversation for everybody. So it's just that we haven't been tapped in and tuned in to anybody but us. And when I say us, I'm talking about the US. Okay. We're really comfortable with being in our little bubble. We're very cut off from culturally accepting other people. And again, you can go back and forth about other people. And if you want to put yourself in groupthink, you just do that. I don't do groupthink. But they ain't accepting of us. Who is us? Because I'm accepted everywhere I go. Yes, I'm a proud Black woman. I'll be Black from infinity to infinity, but do not loop me in groupthink because what is for me is for me, and I demand it to be so. Because ain't nobody stopping my train. Now they can stop your train, everybody else on it, but they ain't stopping mine. And I'm saying that as a Black woman. Because ain't nobody stopping me. Amen, somebody. Period. Hard stop. Okay? So you're going to have to start getting, you got to get out of these groupthink conversations. What is for the collective in whatever that is, whether it's Democrat, whether it's Republican, where it's MAGA or whatever, or whether it's Black, Hispanic. I'm only for my people. If it's only for Christians, if it's only for Muslim, if it's only for Buddhists, you got to come out of groupthink because you'll be broken in a month. Anytime you say things like, "Oh, I'm just helping Christian," you'll be broken a month. Because see, you already putting limits on God. You don't know who. I'm only helping my Muslim brothers and sisters, baby. You'll be broken in 2 weeks. I'm only helping, people who in the 92%. You'll be broken a week. Because we already know Black women are really highest in unemployment. So if you help just Black women, good luck. And I say that with all love in the world. Black women are not okay in America. And I'm not talking about myself. Just I'm not included in that group. I'm doing fine. I'm saying most Black women right now are not doing all right. Well, they just, can we talk about it? Because see, I'm seeing it online a lot. Everybody want to talk about it. Let's talk about how everybody is, 300,000. Let me tell y'all something. No, we're not going to talk about it. Because that, and see, it goes back into what I said. The realities are just that we're experiencing is just a result. Okay, that's all it is. You don't have to agree with reality. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? You don't have to agree with it. Just all you do is start drumming up relationships with these people, and then you can start establishing. See, this is the thing. All you got to do is do the same thing you do for United States. You reach out to the people. That's all you're doing. Literally, that's it. Join a lot of these groups. Get in some of these groups. Add some of these people to your connections. Let me read out what she said again so y'all can see what I'm saying. I just looked up revenue cycle services in Dubai and UK, and I may actually be able to expand there. I just have to think about how. And she said, I have to learn their healthcare systems, but I can. You can, absolutely can. That's another thing. Y'all remember, y'all do understand that other countries have to learn America's way. Do y'all not understand it? Because see, America, I told y'all, you remember what I told y'all? And feel free to share this broadcast with other people. That's one thing, y'all, I would love for y'all to do. If you're watching and you know one or two other people that would benefit from this conversation, feel free to sing it. Y'all know how I am. We're growing here, okay? We have to realize that other countries had to learn our culture. America was the biggest buyer. You can look that up. America was the biggest buyer in the world. We were the largest buyer of services from everybody. I'm talking about purchasing from other countries. We did business with the rest of the world. We did. 100%. We did. We did business with the UK. We did business with Canada. We did business with Mexico. Trading, and all of that. We did business, big business, billions and billions of dollars in business. Okay. Now that's shrinking because of all the reasons, right? We can go back and forth about that all day. But see, the reason, because we were the buyer. So just like in business, period, guess what? You learn all about your buyer, because you are the seller. You're the salesperson. Now tables have turned. We are now the sellers. They are the buyers. So guess what has to happen? You're going to have to learn the culture. I've been looking at a couple of videos from Africa. I've been connecting with people from Africa. I've been connecting with people from the Netherlands and obviously Dubai. And we have to exactly it's all we have to study these people. But this is another thing too. Like when we're looking at like places like your Kenya, your South Africa, your in different various countries like your India and all these kind of things, a lot of their countries are doing just what America has done as well, which is infantilize a lot of their people. Okay, so when I say infantilize, that means keeping them in the youth mindset where they're helpless. And some of them are now starting to grow up. What we're seeing now, especially in Africa, okay, they don't know how to deal with the growing population. Just like how people are over here complaining about how Gen Z don't want to work, Gen Z don't want to work. No, no, no. It's not that they don't want to work. Is it that they're not going to put up with the foolishness because the people before them didn't tell them, what's the purpose of doing, what's the meaning of doing this? You mean to tell me that y'all got this and we get this? No, these Gen Z got to grow up faster. And so anytime, and I heard this man say this out of Kenya, and he made so much sense. He said, when you parent someone and you recognize, like, okay, let's say you got three children. Okay, so your two oldest, you parented them one way. Then your third child come and they pick up on things much faster. Like they're talking before the other two did. They can reason more. They're like, no, I don't really want to do this. They're not afraid of vocalizing their perception of things. They're not afraid of vocalizing their feelings. Like I don't agree with that, or I don't want to do this, or I don't. And so the parent is frustrated with the third child because they're saying like, well, my other two children never did this. They just never ever. Well, guess what has to happen? This child is going to need a different parenting style than your last two, because you know why? This child is a little bit more mature at the age where you really just were very comfortable with the first two. So that means that your parenting style has to be upgraded. So this means what? That you're going to have a mature conversation with that child as opposed to the last two, which is basically rooted in, just tell you what to do. This one wants to know why. And see, you would think that that third child is challenging you when actually they are like in the spiritual sense, they're asking you to upgrade your parenting. You can't parent that same child like you did the last two. So what am I talking about? We're talking about generations now. Okay? So in Africa, especially Kenya, when you look up some of their statistics and some of their stats where it talks about demographics and things like that, Kenya has one of the highest population of young people in their country. And yes, AI is growing there, but the Gen Z population is very mature, and the people older are having such a hard time with them because they have their head on. They have an opinion. They don't know what to do with them. They don't know how to talk to them. They don't know how, because these babies are more mature. What so how what does that have to do with all this other stuff, right? The reason why a lot of y'all, and I'm saying y'all, are burning out, uh, one of the reasons why a lot of y'all are trying to hold on, you got to upgrade your style of business. You got to upgrade the way you see business. We're not in Kansas anymore. I had to come to grips with that. That's why I had to change everything. I had to change Facebook pages. Because what was done in 2020 to 2025 had to drastically change. We got to get a whole new pipeline, which is what we're doing right now. I got automated emails going right now to people all over the world that I have connected with and that I am connecting with. You got to learn email laws now, which I talk about, that I have talked about. I have talked about all that. You have to now, like the email laws in America, it's not the same as UK. GDRP or whatever that law is, you need to turn it on in your email stuff. Like Stan Store has that now. Beacons has that now. They like the AI laws and the AI note takers. What's done over here, you can't do some of that in India. Even in California, they've changed the law in California. Like if you get your AI note taker on, you have to get permission first before you have your AI note taker on. Did y'all know that? Some of y'all didn't even know that. See, that's what I'm saying. Things changing. Nobody is about to pacify the United States anymore. We're done. This is it, baby. Get your passport upgraded. Not upgraded. You need to get your passport updated. And don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to get all new stuff. I mean, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a pinch. But I'd rather you do that now than to get next, you quit your whole business because you didn't transition. Download all your data and just sayonara and rebuild. It ain't got nothing to do with instability. It's got everything to do with whoever going is going, whoever staying back. And be okay with that. Because things have to be upgraded as you go. You have to learn how to divorce those last 5 years. Everybody was winning. I get it. Everybody was winning. I was one of the ones too. But I said to myself, if I'm going to stay in this game, I got to stay all the way in the game, baby. And that means that I got to study new countries. I have to listen to what is going on in their world. I have to go and find out about their culture. I told you, you got to study this stuff. You got to have time to even do that. What is AI looking like over there? What are some of the tech hubs that are over there? Like Dubai and America just signed a multi-billion-dollar deal with Dubai. We need to be creating relationships with these people. Learn their system. I'm telling you, they will still need America's intelligence. There's some intelligent people in America that they really, really they don't mind doing business with. Because I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you this for real. Everybody in the world they don't have our level of, how should I say this? The approach to business the way we do. Because obviously, I'm going to tell you this. One thing that America got that a lot of countries don't have is that we got a work ethic. I'm talking about high performing people. I ain't talking about lazy people. Okay. Because there are lazy people they're only in it when it's good. Only when it's good. Okay. But we got some people that it don't matter. We're going to pivot. We're going to talk to you. We're going to have conversations. We're going to do what we have to do. And we're going to listen. We're going to create solutions. We're going to get back with you. That's one of the things about America that I think that differs for the rest of the world. Now, China has a good work ethic, obviously. Japan, great work ethic. India has a great work ethic. So those are kind of our competing brothers and sisters over there. But one of the things that we have to also let go is that we have to let go of the arrogance. I didn't say confidence, I said arrogance. United States had a level of arrogance. We do. We did have that. Okay, that is just true. These are truths, and some of us gotta kind of let go of some of this stuff. You're gonna have to get a little bit more savvy with some of these countries. You got to learn their culture. You have to learn how they do business. What are some of the culture conversations? What are some of the things that they don't like? What are some of the things that they don't mind? What is uncomfortable? Even how you do your emails. Like, what are the appropriate, greetings and emails that is acceptable by them, that would impress China or impress Japan or impress people in Germany, or impress people in the Netherlands, impress people in Ghana, etc. You can't just be going over there, hey, y'all. First of all, they're going to look at you like you are out of your mind. You're going to have to upgrade your business. You're going to upgrade your approach to business, and you're going to have to upgrade the way you see your business. It's not the same. It's not the same anymore. I wish it was. Things were just so easy, but I think that this pressing was something that we probably needed a little bit, because America was very, very like, you can't sit with us. Now everybody's panicking. But while they're panicking, you are preparing. That's good right there. You need to write that down. While they're panicking, you are preparing. Yes, you can take your business to the next level in another country. Yes, you can do business with other nations. Yes, you can. Well, I got to get my business set up over there. First of all, pump your brakes. I understand you want to go over there and start setting up, but you need to build relationships over there first. That's the part that y'all don't understand. I'm trying to tell you what I know. You got to build relationships over there. You got to start putting calls on your calendar again. You got to get on their Zoom. You got to start introducing yourself. You need to start doing some coffee chats with some people over there and just let them know who you are and what you're here to do. I would love to know what's going on and what is the latest happenings in, AI with for whatever so and so in Norway. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is the time of the great reckoning where you're going to have to get mature. You're going to have to grow with the times. Stop feeling bad about your business and grow up mentally. Some of y'all just coming in. I was talking about a little bit. I'm going to, because I want to repeat this part because I don't think y'all understood what I said. The happenings right now that we're currently going through is because a lot of us are not maturing ourselves. We're not catching on to what the world is putting down in front of us. We want everything to be cookie cutter, which is why everybody is spazzing out. If you look online, everybody's spazzing out. Everybody's still talking about Tabitha. Everybody's still talking about what we're going to do about we need to talk about how Donna's doing this. Okay, no, we're not going to talk about it. Those are people that have nothing to do. They're not preparing. There's a war on the mind. Okay, there's a war on consciousness. We already talked about that a little bit. The consciousness is very, very, very destabilized because people are not in preparation mode. There's people right now talking about, I'm just got to go get me a job because I don't know. Because those people are got to go back to their parent, which is corporate. Listen, and this is no shade to nobody, but I'm going to tell you what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you what I'm trying to tell you. If you could just listen. This is a time to globalize. I've been telling people right now, like everybody I'm having a monetization mapping session with, we're talking about globalization. We're talking about globalizing yourself. You're going to have to do that. There's a lot of people right now, well, I'm putting America first. You can put America first all day or you're going to be broke tomorrow. Because America, even though you could be a patriot all day, baby, but ain't nothing like signing a deal from Italy. So America right now don't know what it's doing. Even the farmers right now are having a bad seasons of droughts. So that's going to affect. Hello, somebody. You better learn how to think. You better learn how to get your emails together. And you need to, like I told y'all, look at my sand store. I got Apollos.io sitting there. You need to ram that baby up. Kendra said, everything you said this whole year is coming to light. I've been trying to get everybody ready. Hey, Sue. I've been trying to tell folk. I've been saying this stuff since 2022. I've been like, y'all, we got to get it together. This is coming. And I'm not saying credit me for everything, but what I am saying is that a lot of stuff was spiritual downloads. It was dropping and dropping and dropping to the point where I was like, God, I can't take no more. I was literally telling God, like, can you please stop? Because this is too much for me. This is too much for me. The reason why people are giving up on their businesses is because they're not thinking about the future. I saw a thread today where they were talking about, oh, we just have to understand that we're getting ready for the future, just not going to be there. Okay, those are for people that have acquired the future that others have put on them. This is also why you need to realize that the war is on your consciousness. In neuroscience, there is a thing called local and non-local realities and possibilities. There's quantum fields and quantum parallel realities that have been proven to be true for you, for people. You have a soul. You are a soul. You are a soul actually that has a body. Your body is just the manifestation of two people that came together and had, they had a time. Okay. They had a time. Whatever that time was, it was desire and physical came together, and here we go. Okay. Body came, soul came in. Here you are. Spirit breathe breath into your body, and honey, you're here. Okay. So whatever. So now that your soul is here, your soul has to evolve. Highly evolved beings. Okay. Highly evolved beings. That's what you are. You create your own purpose by way of awareness and consciousness. This is why people used to say things like, I was made for a purpose. No, you wasn't. You really wasn't. You were purposed in. Now, I know people are going to disagree with it because everybody don't want to understand it, but there are a lot of people that are just really, really random. They're randomly made. They just happen to pop up because they mom and dad, because it's some people in the world that just should not even came to fruition, but that's a whole nother life. It was very harsh to say, Jay. Okay. You keep thinking that. It's some people that will leave here that will be forgotten. Okay. After 2 weeks, they're gone. We ain't going to remember them no more because everybody got stuff to do. And it's sad, but it's the truth. So you're here though. And you're here to what? Make a difference because of what? You came into realities where you had conversations with people and you're like, you took those conversations and you listened to them, and it was like something in your soul, kind of popped up and said, okay, I need to see more of what's this all about. Or you saw your past, which was what? Your parents, your grandparents, people in your family that are older than you. You see what I said? People in your past, which means that these are people that had lived experiences and their realities spoke to something that you didn't want to live out. So you saw your whole family being poor. You saw a lot of them with trauma. You saw a lot of them, how they react to things. You saw how they treated money. You saw how they treated each other. You saw how they treated their plans and how they thought of the future, how they saw God and religion and all this kind of stuff. And you telling yourself like, baby, I do not want no parts of that. But that's because you were able to get in different environments and see experiences that were different than yours. And you became very interested because you were like, okay, this is different than what I've been exposed to. So you began to what? You began to believe differently. So you began to do what? You began to research. You began to listen to different people to expand what? Your awareness. I had to stop. So I paused so that y'all can digest what I just said. Because that's another thing too. I have to start doing more of, because sometimes our brain is taking in so much information and it's not giving us time to process what was said. That's another reason why a lot of us are also burnt out, because the content that we're taking in is not the right diet. So as a result of you being in spaces where you heard different perspectives, do you see how I just put that for you? You began to do your own research about said things, right? Because how how your family treated money, you wanted to treat money different. How people treated 9 to 5s in corporate America, and you saw they wasn't doing nothing for you. They was working 2, 3, 4 jobs and wasn't going anywhere. You decided to start a business. You understand what I'm saying? So you begin to get around people that were also starting businesses because you wanted a chance to do something else. Do you see how things matured as you go? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Is this making sense? So when you get around different people, when you get around people that talk differently, that speak differently, have a different language, have a different cadence, have a different, a perception and perspective of the world you came from. And so now you listen to how your family talk versus how people out here talk, and it's very different. It's not the same. And you like, this is weird. These people over here talking real good. They're talking about dreams. They're talking about travel. They're talking about digital nomads, and they're talking about, wealth. They're talking about international business. They're talking about marketing, content creation and monetization of their content. Over here, I hear applications, and I hear apply and job descriptions and interviews and, Indeed. And, I get my paycheck next Friday. And can y'all hold off until, but you're here over here, you hear sales, you hear this, that, and the third. So you're hearing all this different. So things are different. So you begin to do the research and you begin to understand skills are necessary. Here we go. Now, you see how we're getting ready to curve this. Let's bring this up to 2025. Okay, so we're in 2025, and now we're seeing that the call is coming from inside the house. Again, we're in a sophisticated call that is very quiet, but is loud at the same time. Because while people are telling you, go get a job, girl, just go and get a job. Oh, I'm gonna work this 6-figure job, and I'm gonna work my side hustle. Why are you telling the world that you're doing that? Because you know what's going to happen. A lot of these jobs are going to tell you you cannot work that second job. You cannot do your side hustle. You're going to have to dedicate everything over to us. Then you know what you're going to do? You have to stop talking about it. But you know what? This generation cannot stop talking about what they're doing. They have to let people know. My job told me not to talk about it, but I'm still working it. Then that corporation can have AI to scan social media profiles, because this gonna be a thing in a minute, where they can scan social media profiles and find you and find that post and fire you on the spot because you are going against violating corporate policies. And then you're going to make another post about how you've been dogged out and how they fired you, and you're going to make a video about it. And that's going to bar you from every other company if you don't get yourself together. Because this generation don't know how to shut their mouth up. They really don't. That's another part of it. We don't know how to shut our mouth. We don't know how to allow sacred things stay sacred. So we have an issue with that. Social media, absolutely. Kendra said, see, I treat social media like a job. I post, engage, network, and log off. They tell all their business. I agree. Social media is a job. It is a job. It is a part of your job as a CEO of your company to get the marketing together. That's your job. That is your job. It is not the place to tell people what you, well, I'm doing this anyway, and I don't care what they say. Okay, Miss Rebellion. Sometimes you're gonna have to shut your mouth about what you got going on. I told y'all everything ain't for public spaces. This is why I have the paywalls. I cannot tell everybody what's going on. And if you say, well, Coach Jay, I'm just gonna stay out here, that's fine. But everything can't be out in the open because everything is not public and it should not be public. But what I am going to tell you is that globalizing your business is going to be very important in these next few months. And you need to start creating those key relationships with people so that you're not sideswiping looking buck-eyed next year. Amen, somebody. Well, Jay, what does that look like? It looks the same way. It's the same way how you've been doing and connecting with people now. You're online. You're online. Do the same thing you would do here. Just connect with people that are in a different country, just in a different place. You need to choose 1 to 2 countries, I would say, to focus on the most, and then go all in on those countries. But that's what you need to be doing. And please don't wait until December. Do that today. Do that tomorrow. Do that yesterday. Stop waiting. Stop holding on to the hope that America's gonna. You are a global citizen at this point. Do y'all hear what I just said? They're gonna try to make it very America, like America, and anybody that's not American, like you just, you are this is your home. The world, the globe, the planet is your home. Do I need to say that again so y'all can? The planet is your home. Everybody with me? I'm just telling you. Let me see. Amen. What you do now will reflect how your Q1 will go next year. I'm even going to go as far as to say this. And you're absolutely right, Kendra. Absolutely right. What you do now is going to affect your 2026 going into 2030. I told y'all, do y'all remember when I said I am determined to get over 2030? I want to see what it's going to look like. This is what I'm talking about. This ain't finna. When I told y'all Age of Aquarius was going to be, tech and things were going to change. And I didn't say that Age of Aquarius was going to be a walk in the park. Now, I never told. That's why I said all this soft light conversation. All these people that's burnt out, you better get burnt up. You better go ahead and light a new candle because you're going to need it, baby. You need to get to walking. You need to learn how to keep your passport updated. You need to know what's going on. You need to focus. You need to stop drinking so much. Look, all them stimulants and stuff. You need to get all that stuff out of your system. You need to learn how to do breath. Didn't I tell you that? I told you breath work. You need to learn how to meditate. You need to have to steal your nervous system. Your nervous system is the target. Everybody, no, it ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. It ain't got nothing to do with God. It ain't got to do nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that stuff. It got everything to do with your nervous system, baby. Please tell. I love God. Okay. But I'm going to tell you this is the era of God is why I feel like God is not speaking. You know why God ain't speaking? Because you don't trust God. God is within. You got to learn how to listen to your soul because you listening to too many people at the same time. That's why everything sounds muffled. That nervous system is up for grabs. And you're going to hear what I'm saying. When you tapped in and tuned in, you're going to hear what I'm trying to tell you. Now you hear, you're listening, but you don't hear. You got to start hearing with your spiritual ear, the ear that we can't see. That's going to be your number one driver right now. And ignore reality. Ignore reality. Just because your reality don't look like what you want it to look like. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. I don't accept that. I don't accept this. I don't accept this at all. Are you kidding me? We're going to get some new skills. We're going to create new realities. We're going to believe differently. We're going to start saying, I know. And we're going to start leaning into what we want. So Asala just said, got to start learning some new languages. Absolutely. You need to pick a language. You need to go all in on a conversational level till fluent. Because now you're going to be just like the UK. You're going to be just like India. You're going to be just like China and the Japans. You're going to be just like the Dubais and all of the Middle East over there. Because you know what? A lot of them are bilingual. You know who are the least bilingual in the world? Americans. We don't know another language. There are people right now that's talking about, and I'm talking about folk, black folk now, real quick. Talking about something. We need to make Ebonics a language. It's permanent underclass talk. It's permanent underclass talk. You need to learn some other language. Get you some Portuguese, get you some Mandarins, get you some Spanish, get some other, not a solid lot of second language in sight. People start talking and you got to instantly have a translator. They got people like with the translator thinking, no, mm-mm. You could do that for the meantime, but you need to learn a lot because right now you are at the mercy. I'm about to run because this is revelation 100%. And I can't believe that y'all sitting here just as quiet as a bumblebee. I mean, as a mouse, because I've been somewhere bucking if I heard this. Some of y'all do not realize that you are at the mercy of the impression of people outside of this place. Do you understand? They said I had to know Portuguese, so I just okay. So what was you doing in 2025 when I told you you need to be learning a new language? Silly, what was you doing? Playing over here with people that ain't gonna never buy from you? Over here creating content for people that ain't never that is not worried about what you got going on? Where Coach J at? I'm over here building relationships with people in the UK. I'm over here building relationships with people in the Middle East. That's what Jay doing. That's what Coach J doing. Jay ain't got time. I ain't seen Coach J content. What do you mean you ain't seen it? What you gonna do with it? I've been posting for 5 years. What you gonna do with the content I've been? I'm all the way on the other side. We're on another time zone at this point. Are you kidding me? I told y'all ain't nobody finna beat me in my own game. Everybody got me messed up. You're gonna have to tell people, no, ma'am. If you ain't trying to do big business, you can go on. Because all this burnt out, get another candle. Burn that one out and light another one. Because you got some stuff to do. Now, if you burnt out and you want to hear me tell you, oh, take care of yourself. I'm getting tired, and I'm gonna talk to black women real quick. I'll talk to you real quick. Y'all gotta grow up. As black women, period. Grow up. especially if you want to live. The world, no, not the world. Let me go back. America. You're not on America's best list at this point. Do you not understand that? We're not the favorites. Mm-mm. We're not the favorites at this point. Do you understand? America don't see you in the best limelight anymore. Oh, well, this is the black women, not no more. They're gonna tell you stop listening to you. That's happening. Get ready. So all this rest that y'all doing, get ready to start eating out of garbage cans if that's what you want to do. Now that sounds real harsh, but baby, that's real as real can get. Anybody that's telling you to do all this resting, you rest when you get on the yacht. You rest when you got some assets up under your belt. You rest when you can you got stable land. You rest when you can get up in the middle of the night and book a trip for you and your family to get the heck up out of here. That's when you rest. You don't have that kind of time. You rest when you go to sleep. You go to sleep on time and you get up on time. You need to set you a new schedule. You got a new schedule that you need to create. That's all a part of maturity. That's all a part of growing up. That's why I swing right by content that's talking about black women, you need to rest. Everybody right now needs to be on their Zoom. You got to shake it up. Then Coach Jay was talking about that we got to keep going. You know what? You do what you want to do. You're an adult. But I'm thinking about your kids too. And how they're going to resent you in about 5 years because you haven't built anything for them, because you sat on your tail and engaged in conversations that was talking all about burnt out and black women. You right, girl. That 92%, I suggest you bow out of that 92%. I suggest you be me fi me for the rest of this decade. Because see, black women are going to be leaning on other black women to engage in content. I'm seeing more black women actually tell each other, "Can you please engage in my content, please?" Desperate instead of being ready. Because see, a lot of your building is going to be behind the scenes and under the radar. Do you understand what I just said? I might have to put this one behind the paywall to this replay, because see, what we got to do is start protecting some of the sacred information we putting out there. Everybody got to be ready for this. So, like I told you, you need to be meditating. You need to be doing breath work. You need to be doing a whole nother plan. You need to be getting your plan together. You need to write it in your notes. You need to write it down on a journal. Everything you don't need to digitize. You need to put some of this stuff in a notebook, and you need to start collecting this stuff and have paperwork ready to go just in case you got a jet. You need to get your finances in order, get your taxes in order, get all that stuff in order. But you got to go after the big. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you, but that's just, it's different. Casey, yes, I did. I don't know if Casey can hear me. Casey asked me, did I start a new Facebook page? Yes, I did. I started a new Facebook page. So if my government name on there is Jana. It's not the old one, it's the new one. So the old one should be deactivated or deactivated soon or deleted soon. But yes, I have a whole new Facebook page. But let me tell you, this is a very different genre. This is a very different category. This is a very different age and era that we're in. We're in a different space. What happened then, we got to move on. Everybody with me. Everybody understand what I'm saying. Pick a language, and you're going to have to get that beautiful brain of yours to start thinking. You got to learn how to learn again. Teach yourself how to learn again. Take out an hour a week or 2 hours a week and learn some doggone Spanish. Take an hour to a week and learn some doggone Mandarin. Do what you got. You got to do what you have to do. Look at who is going to be the next superpowers of this next age. I told y'all a long time ago. Do y'all remember me telling y'all to keep your eyes on Africa? Did y'all remember me telling you that? Now, this was before they even started talking about Africa. I told y'all to keep your eyes on Africa. Africa is where you need to be looking at. Africa got the youngest population coming up, and the tech hubs are popping up. But see, over here in America, because we're so arrogant and we're so because research says and science says, these people have been lying to your face since 2 BC. So you're gonna keep backing up a lie? Is that what you're gonna do? These babies over here cutting up in tech. See, America don't want you to think that nobody else popping but us. And that's just far from the truth. They just lying. And see, liars are thieves. And I'm not talking about what you see. I'm talking about there are liars that look like me. The people that you got in those seats, in those red and blue seats, especially them blue seats too, lying. And people are gonna start picking that up too, because everybody, they're gonna get mad at everybody. Blue the same way. Even the people that look like me. So all of y'all that's the Jasmine Crockett's and the Cora Bookers and all them kind of stuff, that baby, keep on living. Hold your breath. Those people are not for you. You know who got to be for you? You got to be for you. You are your biggest advocate and you're your first love. You got to love yourself more than anything else that's going on in this space. Everybody get what I'm saying? I don't care. And I really don't care. I really don't care. Because you got to look out for you. You got to care more about your future and your present than anybody else. And if they want to run this thing to the ground, let them run into the ground. You just need to start getting ready. And then you also, and I'm going to throw this out there too, a hint, you need to get you a bank account where you're going to open multiple currencies. You need to start turning some of that American dollars into something else. You need to start holding currency in a space, in a place where you feel like your soul is telling you to go to. You need to start going ahead and putting that out there and putting that money in another currency. Everybody get what I'm saying? Just investigate. Don't tell them where do we get to go investigate. This is all a part of learning experience. All a part of learning experience. You need to be ready for that. Because see, when I was selling the globalized and monetized, all that was in there. But see, some of y'all didn't even check that out. Everybody want to go to what's popping and AI twins and all this other stuff. None of that is going to matter. All the AI twins is just people just selling AI twins to each other because nobody wants that. Because I'm telling y'all, there was an article that just came out. I'm gonna help you with this. Human creativity is coming back. So all these AI twins that y'all done set up and wasted y'all money on, that's gone. That's finna be gone. Ain't nobody finna be studying no more. And I say that with love. If you're going to use AI, you need to use it to market your own business. Everybody, are we cool? So the way you believe your business again is getting with the times. That's good. I don't care what you say. That was good right there. You got to get with the times, which means that you have to start believing different. Like, what do you want your business to do now? How many businesses do you want to do business with? What country do you want to root yourself? Even if it don't look that way right now, even if you have zero idea of what to do, what's the first step? Like, I don't know what to do though. I don't know what to do. I know you don't know what to do, but you just put your staple there and say, I want to have my business rooted in this country next. By this time, I want this covered. I want this done. I want this taken care of. Y'all understand? If it's Panama, you need to be doing business with Panama. You need to be learning the language in Panama. Then you can start rooting yourself in there. You don't know anybody yet. Put one foot in front of the other. You need to have a secondary AI to help you with ChatGPT, because ChatGPT can sometimes spit out little lies and spit out little hallucinations. Now, get another one. I have Gemini. When ChatGPT give me a plan, I run it back up on the Gemini to tell Gemini, can you assess this plan to see if it makes sense. Gemini gonna tear it up, baby, because Gemini would say, "Wow, that's cute." Now she don't talk like that, but it's giving that kind of vibe. I mean, it's cute now, but really, you missed this. ChatGPT missed this, and think about this. You'd be like, "I ain't even think about that. I ain't think about that either. I ain't think about that. I'm glad she caught that." You'd be like, "I'm glad she caught that too." You gotta start pushing the needle when it comes down to the times that we're in. We're in a different age. I told y'all, America has a lot of infantilized people, including the men. A lot of people are too young-minded. They're too young-minded. They're having temper tantrums. They're talking about nobody is there for us and who's going to speak for us, and we need to do this. You're not included in that. Or are you saying that we can't be for Black women? I'm saying, do you want to be poor? Because that's where Black women are going. As a collective, all this Black women, collectively, Black women will be poor. They're going to be the first in because they waited too long to get themselves together. You all are going to be going straight downhill if you don't get it together. And that's real talk. And I'm a proud Black woman. And women with multiple children will be the first ones to go because they have not been working on themselves. I don't care how many. That's why I say if you got 2, 3, 4 kids, you need to be locked in. Ain't no dating. Ain't no come see me. Ain't no you want to come over and watch a movie? None of that is happening. Cut them off today. In fact, when you get off this live, you need to send a text, say we done. Delete, block, report for spam. Done. You got work to do. You got other countries to connect with, because see, you and your children got to eat. And if you saying, well, that goes for the single woman too, I ain't got to you yet. I'm coming on your road. Don't worry about it. I got you. Because see, we got to be for the children first. You got to be more for your kids than anybody else, because ain't nobody gonna love your kids like you do. You understand? Because I'm gonna tell you this too. People with children, you have to leave something to them, because the world ain't got nothing to give them. So if something happened to you, these babies ain't got nothing. They're not going to have anything. Do you not understand that? You got to start programming them for success. People saying right now, these children got nothing. They're not. They're not going to have anything. They're not going to have Social Security. We're not going to have some. Millennials are done. Like Social Security, that's gone. We're going to go at it either. Your babies are not going to have anything like career paths. None of that is going to. But you know what's going to happen though? You're going to give them the gift of skills. You're going to give them the gift of relationships, building relationships with other spaces and other places. What time is it? It's 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. Because see, my new bedtime is 9:30. I'm going to bed earlier. It used to be 10:30. I'm up. 9:30 is my go to bed time. It's my bedtime now. Because I got to get up at about 4:30, 5 o'clock to start the day. Because see, the day got to start for me when the sun is down. The sun ain't beat me up. I got my chamomile tea. Amen, somebody. You understand? See, you got to do stuff different. Because see, Dubai up. Ain't nobody playing with you. Ain't nobody playing with you. I need to go to sleep, but I just, okay. In 2026, you're going to come back to this video and say, let me just look at this video one more time. You're going to come to the part where I say, you need to get your routine. You got to get your routine. You got to get your routine. I'm sorry. That's it. That's the bottom line at this point. Put this charger in here before it go out. It's just time. And you gotta stop lollygagging. All these conversations with people that ain't doing nothing. You need to get yourself together. Because see, you want to go to bed and set new routines. See, we're in a different age. So what was like I told y'all, what was going on then it's a different time. You need to already, like tonight, before I go to bed, because I'm about to end this live and finish timing and schedule my emails, because see, these other listen to what I'm getting ready to say so you can hear. A lot of these countries are already up or getting ready to get up. See, we about to go to bed. You don't need to be getting up and then telling some girl, let me go and hit send some emails. No. Then the emails need to already be ready. Cause who up? Somebody getting up. Like I remember when I went to Egypt some years ago, and I remember I used to call Maddie, and I'm thinking in my mind, oh, let me talk to my baby and let me tell her good night. Maddie be like, Mommy, I'm on my way to school. I'd be like, oh, I'm about to go to bed. I'm sorry. Or she'll be just no, she'll be just getting out of school. That's what she'll be. Mommy, I'm just getting out of school. Cause see, I forgot it was behind, right? Cause I was in Egypt, so it was like 5, 6 hours behind, 7, something like that. And she was, Mommy, I'm getting out of school. What are you talking about? I'm calling, like I need to call my baby, and then, Mommy, I'm just getting up. I'd be like, hmm. That's what I said. Some of y'all talking about something. I schedule my post for, you need to be scheduling your post for 2, 3, 4 in the morning. That's your new schedule. Substack, y'all quiet. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if y'all taking a nap. But you need to be scheduling your content over in the night. Well, who gonna read it? Did you not hear what I said? People all on the other side of the world waking up and they see your content. Oh wow, this is from so and so. It's 8 o'clock in the morning here. And she's in Florida, or she's in Texas, or she's in Nevada, or she's in Arizona, or she's in Cali. You need to be writing all this stuff down. So you got to get ready for what's coming. You got to be ready for the future that you're entering into. See, they got a future for you. If you can't sit and plan for your future, if you got to loop yourself into the 92% and to the Christians and to the Republicans and say that God is so mad at us and God is so mad. Now God is changing. God is changing the ages. You just late. See, this is the thing. God don't change, but the ages do. It's called the cosmos. Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever. See, this is cosmos. We don't believe in that. Good luck. Because you be saying that you're being persecuted when you're not being persecuted, you just ain't ready. And this somebody comes from somebody who loves Jesus, who knows all about Jesus, who learned about Jesus. And Jesus was trying to tell you too, from the to the end of age, from age to age. That was the original translation of this stuff. You remember that part I told y'all? What was that, Luke? When Jesus said that those who are worthy of the coming of to go into the coming age. Don't make me bring it up. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I got you. Because see, you think this is play. Because Jesus was talking about all this in the Bible, and you skipped over all over that part. Because see, you want to hear that Jesus is coming back anyway. Because see, mm-mm. When he talked about the coming of age, he talked about this is Luke 20:34-36 in the Bible that y'all love so much. Everybody with me? Is everybody with me? It says, and Jesus replied, the people of this age, marry and are given in marriage. Now, this is in this age. But those who are considered worthy, because everybody ain't going to be considered worthy. Let me sit back on that one, because I done told y'all. It's some folks that ain't going to go over there. So if you're a part of the everybody, the group think, because your nervous system is contingent upon what you're around all the time. That's why I tried to tell y'all, you got to listen. But those who are considered worthy of taking part in the age to come. Because see, the world is not ending. You know that, right? In the age to come and in the resurrection from the dead will neither marry nor be given in marriage. So all this got to change. So all these women talking about, I want me, I'm ready to get better. That's over in the age to come. Ain't none of that gonna be going. It's gonna be soul relationships. They're gonna be spiritual relationships. Here we go. This is another one. And they can no longer die. Transhumanism. So even our grandchildren, they may be stuck here for 1,000 years. Going to Revelations. Do you remember I told you that we're living Revelations and Genesis at the same time? There's another Genesis. There's another age that's ushering in Generation Alpha. Y'all, please act like y'all know what I'm saying. Z, the end of an age. Generation Z might go up there. That's the cutoff. There's a new cohort coming up. Alpha, they're going to be programmed. This is the programming of 2020. Generation Beta. That's going to be the generation where it's going to be deeply programmed into them for the new age, because these babies are being born 2026? I believe 2026 when they're going to start coming in. They're coming in. They're going to be the beta generation. Alpha is going to be very rigid. They're going to be very they're going to be running strict programs. Them babies going to come out real mature. And some of y'all seeing that, because my nieces and nephews, baby, they can talk full sentences 2-3 years old. My niece is just turned 2, baby, and she be like, "Who is that? Girl, you is just turned 2. What did you talk about with an attitude? Who is that?" We be looking at her like, we weren't talking like this. They're walking before they don't even crawl. They just skip to laying on their back to start walking. They have an earlier memory bank than we did. You know how we started remembering things at 3-4 years old? They're remembering things at 1. Their consciousness is wide open. This is it. I'm not talking mumbo jumbo. I'm not talking crazy. I'm not talking what the Bible is cold, baby. The Bible is code. Let me finish this. They can no longer die, for they are like the angels. So what are you saying, Jay? See, everybody's stuck on what Paul's talking about. For everybody in the Paul, I told you, the Christians are really Paulians, and they don't know that because you're not Jesus, you're not believers in Jesus, baby. You're Paulians, because a lot of people don't even dissect what Jesus was saying. Jesus gave you the code. Yeshua, he gave you the code, baby. In the age to come, let's go back. You need to decode some of this stuff and stand back and look and listen to what does that mean, and then look at what everybody's talking about. Look at what everybody's talking about. Look what everybody's talking about. Look what everybody's talking about. What is everybody talking about? There go my AirPods right there. I've been looking for them. What everybody talking about? Transhumanism, staying alive. What is it called? Um, what is it called? Elongating and keeping their youth and staying alive longer. You hear it? Listen to what they're saying. These people want to stay alive longer. But what did Jesus tell you? Jesus had already told you. Jesus said, the people of this age marry and given into marriage. That's the age of Pisces. Remember, we talked about that. Piscean age. The Piscean age. But those who are considered worthy of taking part in the age to come and in the resurrection from the dead will neither marry nor be given into marriage. These people are not going to be getting married. Like your alpha, your gen alphas and your gen, they're not going to. None of that's going to be going on. And see, this is what I'm also talking about too, is that this is why, and I gotta be careful when I say this too. This is why America trying to keep this thing in zoned. Because the rest of the world per se are going to be leaning into the times that are to come, which is what? Oneness, unity. And see, a lot of people don't, you got to think about what I just said. See, everybody want one world government and one world government. I'm going to tell you why America is against that, because America wants to stay in this bubble and keep you in it. One world government is not a bad thing. They're telling you it's a bad thing. Why wouldn't God want you to be unified? Silly. Why wouldn't God want you to be one with your neighbor? Do you see how that sound? Do you see how off that is? I've always had that question, like, why wouldn't God want a one? Why wouldn't we want to join forces with other? Like, why wouldn't we want to do that? We're all humans. This is humankind. It's mankind. Why wouldn't we want to? What is it called? Trade with one another. Hmm. Why wouldn't we want? Why wouldn't we want that? Don't you know how odd that is? So you have to understand that we're in a different span. We're in a different place in history. That's why you got to get your content together. This is why you got to change the way that you see all of this stuff. You have to change the way you see everything. Things are different. I could talk about this all day. I got a whole episode. You just need to look up Jaina, like look up my YouTube channel and look at Age of Aquarius, because I break it all down. I got several videos about the Age of Aquarius. If you want to know the full scope of it, you need to go to that video. Because I break it down all the way down to the lowest common denominator. Very detailed. But see, these are things that the America doesn't want you to understand and know of, because everything is going to be in-house, and that ain't good. When you're secluded and isolated from the rest of the world, they're keeping you in a place of indoctrination deep within, and anything goes. It's just like when you're isolated and anything can happen to you, trauma, and the rest of the world don't know. You're cut off from the rest of the world. Nobody can come and say, when they say nobody can come and save you, they mean that. They mean you're locked in. They mean that. That means that no one can come and defend you. They mean that. You want to be able to have the power and freedom to come and go as you please. And only people right now that can hear and see. Don't you take a lot of this stuff to heart. You need to have your heart space open for others. It's time to mature. It's time to get off the bottle. It's time to get out the pamper. It's time to put the pacifiers down. It's time to get out of the playpen. It's time to do some wandering and some exploring. It's time to learn how to get out of that playpen. It's time to learn how to get out of the daycare. You have got to start using your spiritual gifts, and your spiritual gifts is more than manifesting some money. Y'all got to get past that. We got to get past manifesting money. Money cometh no matter what. Money cometh no matter what. You got to get past money. Whatever happens, happens, but you got to get past money. You got to get past manifesting your ex back. You got to get past manifesting, I want this, this Lamborghini, or I'm manifesting for this house. You need to be manifesting opportunities. You need to be manifesting property. You need to be manifesting land. You need to be manifesting opportunities and client accounts in different lands. You need to be manifesting a sharp mind. Amen, somebody. So next time you throw your hands up talking about I'm burnt out, you need to just tell yourself, let me get another candle. And let me learn how to take care of myself. And let me get away from all this foolishness. Because see, I got another reality to manifest. I got to live. And if I'm not going to live, then I need to just stay where I'm at. If I'm not interested in living for something bigger than this current reality, I might as well just give up then. Then you just disregard everything I just said. So it is 8:30. My time. Some of y'all need to just go ahead, get your emails time. Go ahead and start writing down what you need to do, because this is a new week coming. We still locked in, baby. This September. We're going to fall. This is autumn coming up in a couple of weeks. Okay. And then we're going straight on into winter. And winter, we don't know what that's going to look like. So you need to be trying to create, get your plan in order, do what you can. Get rid of all of that no longer supports you, no longer speaks to you, no longer drives you. Get away from it. Get you a new ideal client avatar. Get your communities built up. You need to go after bigger deals, bigger opportunities, and you need to get bold. You need to get bold. Period. Okay. Come back and look at the replay. Substack. Come and look at the YouTube channel over here. Just pull up YouTube, pull up my name. Go to Age of Aquarius, that whole video. You need to be taking copious notes. Always, you can listen to it while you're working. Okay? All right. Love y'all. Have a blessed night. And we'll be back here soon. We're going to cover all this. We're going to keep going. All right? Take care. Get you some rest. Bye. We're going on.